We're all excited for the work at hand to make sure that we can sustain, we can continue to rise and grow. It'll take a lot of work, but I won't want to do that with any other group.
Diving into some football talk here. Your season last year, full of ups and downs. You made it to the playoffs, though. First playoff appearance in 2017. Obviously, it didn't end the way you wanted it to, but just kind of talk about all the lessons you've learned along the way so far this season and kind of just how it ended and what you look forward to next year.
Yeah, just a lot of learning experiences. Any time that you can learn and grow, I definitely appreciate that. For me, it really was just great to be able to go through all that with the team. For all of us to continue to be closer, to kind of find our own identity, come into our own. As the year was ending, and then now it's going to take. We're all excited for the work at hand to make sure that we can sustain, we can continue to rise and grow. It'll take a lot of work, but I won't want to do that with any other group.
You guys had a lot of adversity this season too, a lot of ups and downs. Like I said, how was that whole process of trying to transition through that? Because it was never consistently high or consistently low. There was a lot of back and forth, week in and week out. How was managing that?
Like I said, you just got to take it each week for each week. Like I said, you definitely want to find that point when you're doing this, in the season when you're doing this. Like I said, but we did have a lot of ups and downs, and it was like this. But then I think we had, like I said, the moments, the good moments. We want to continue to build off those and continue to push those to the next week and take each week for its week. But like I said, definitely want to find a way to start trending like this during the season.
Absolutely. How hard was it watching that Falcons-Saints game, knowing your playoff berth was dependent on that game and it was literally completely out of your hands?
Yeah.
What were you doing? What was going through your mind?
Yeah, it was an interesting dynamic. I hadn't been in that space before, so just tried to make the best of it. Obviously, it's trying not to hold on to everything because the emotions are so high. But I was same way I normally watch games. I was chilling, eating wings, having bounty there. Trying to keep it as normal as possible so that it would help me. Obviously with the stress of what it brought.
I was gonna say those stress levels had to have been through the roof, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty cool. I just chill. I will tell you, I was the biggest Atlanta Falcons fans that day. Just rooting for them. Just knowing based off of who we played, Tampa, that week before and how that game went. So, yeah, I was the biggest Atlanta Falcons fan that day for sure.
Rico, for you're becoming a UFA this year, off season. You want to stay in Carolina?
I'm not opposed to it. I want to be. I'm just gonna let my agency handle it and the man above, and I trust in them that they'll lead me and get me in the right place where I'm supposed to be. But I'm not opposed to it for sure.
Yeah. Once Chuba went down, you really stepped up and took over that next man up mentality. How did you just immerse yourself into that role and make it click so quickly? I think you had back-to-back games with over 200 scrimmage yards. Your first two.
Just being ready, staying prepared, and being ready when my number is called. It's all about making the most of your opportunities in this league and this business. So yeah, just staying ready. Like I said, that was part of it when I signed there. Something like that did happen. Like you said, you got two guys in the backfield that are great running backs that can get the job done for the team. So that's how it worked out. So just made the most of my opportunity when my numbers came.
And speaking of opportunities, you obviously were in Dallas prior. What is the biggest differences that you've seen, I guess, from this year and last year from Dallas and Carolina?
A guy just asked me that. I would just say the way it is operating. You get there, you meet the players. Both teams had great groups of guys and things like that. So, I can't really say. The only thing I can really say is different is just the way it operates. Other than that, it's football. You go in there, you meet, making your brotherhoods with your brothers, and like I said, it was great groups of guys both places.
Yeah, Bryce, for you, year 3 under your belt, best year to date. Obviously, Carolina picked up your 5th-year option. What grade would you give yourself this season?
Be honest, I'm not a big grade person. I'm not a big huge summary, sum it up in a sentence. I try to look at all the details. I try to look at all the little things. Right now, you let your mind decompress a little bit, and then first kind of step of the off season is really going back to the film. Talking with the coaches, hearing their opinions, hearing the stuff that they want me and us as a group to get better at, us to maintain, and doing the same when I'm back home and working out. So haven't started that process yet, but soon I'll try to really evaluate everything and see how I can grow and get better.
Right, and Coach Canales too. He's really helped kind of transform you into where you are now in your year 3. Talk about him and how he really has helped kind of get you where you are now.
Yeah, I really appreciate coach for having an atmosphere and environment where he wants to empower us. He wants us to be able to communicate and have an open line of dialogue, which is great for me as a guy as I've developed. And also his consistency as a coach, his consistency up in front of the team, his consistency on a day-to-day just interaction. As a head of as a leader, it's great for all of us to see that no matter what, we're gonna get the same guy every day. It kind of sets that standard for all of us to be consistent.
That's amazing. All right, a couple of rapid-fire mashup questions for you guys. So you both can answer. So Bryce, you can go first, and then Rico. All right. Do you think Bad Bunny is going to bring out Cardi for the halftime show?
I'm not sure. I guess that'll be interesting to see. I'm not sure.
What do you
Yeah,
think?
I'm not really sure either. I know a lot of people looking forward to that halftime show, so it'll be interesting to see. But I'm not really sure.
Who do you think is the most unfairly hated quarterback in the league?
Boring answer, but I really am not in touch. I don't like go on social media, so I'm not in touch on who's like the public opinion of people. So I don't want to give I don't really know who's on that list.
Totally fair.
Yeah, and for me, I really don't know. I think all hatred is bad. So yeah, people online and trolls, they say anything after a while. So I think a lot of people receive unnecessary hate. I don't really got
That's
a
very
pinpoint
true.
person.
Do you think being a Pro Bowler still holds as much weight as it used to?
I mean, it's always an honor. That's something that's always going to be elite. It's always there's always going to be a prestige to it. Everyone who's made it, that's an honor. Not a lot of people can say that. So for everyone, I think it's a huge accomplishment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said it like he said, it's definitely an honor and it's an accomplishment. Growing up and things like that, like when you get in the league, you see the stars on people's lockers and things they was a Pro Bowler. So it's definitely an accomplishment and like I said, a huge honor. Just getting recognized throughout the league, your divisions.
All right, last one for you guys. Did the NFL Hall of Fame voters get it right or wrong by not electing Belichick?
Yeah, that one's kind of crazy. I'm not sure who the class is, but I mean, whoever it is, you got to get Belichick in there. I don't know what on earth. Yeah, I don't know what was behind that, but all those Super Bowl. I mean, I don't know what more you guys for. That's crazy.
I mean, they're saying it was Deflategate. That's why. That's their reasoning.
It's a lot. It's a lot more. You can't just take a little air out of football and now you win football games.
Yeah, I gotta.
There's a lot of that's to me that's mind blowing. I don't know how that happens.
Yeah, they definitely got it wrong. Yeah, I definitely say they definitely got it wrong. I grew up a Patriots fan, so yeah, I'm not biased at all. Saying that everybody around the world definitely knows they got that one wrong for sure. Best coach, one of the best coaches, most winning coaches of all time. So I don't see why.